70 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning, the last day of November. Mike Fallon is in the studio. Mike is the director of Webster University's Ocala Metropolitan Campus, and once again, he brings with him a panel of higher education specialists to talk about college and other ways to perhaps get more education and perhaps a better job. Good morning again, Mike.
Good morning.
Let me put you on the picture here.
Okay. I love the picture.
If you go, you're way down. I got to adjust the camera. You love the picture. You're always the closest to the camera.
Right. That's why I couldn't sit in this chair, because I did a poor search or something. Thanks for having us. This is so great. We love the show.
Good to see you again.
Fun. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
You're the traveling man. Can I just talk about that for a second?
We've been talking about travel all morning in the break room here. We love it.
That's what we love about you.
Yeah, we love it.
You're both my inspiration. Wow.
Absolutely.
Does it rub off from Mike? Is that how you?
It started to. He's starting to rub off on me.
Is that what it is?
I'm trying to catch up with him.
He's writing down tips, but then Elvy's giving tips and Crystal's giving tips,
Right.
and he's got a page full of.
It's a bug, though.
Well, Crystal, you said you went to Target. What kind of tips do you need?
I didn't. I'm getting ready to build a house, so that's where my travel money's going. I'm buying
Well,
cabinets. So
that's
there you
not
go.
so-
That's
that's
my
a really
travel.
good plan,
I went to
actually.
IKEA. Does that count? There you go.
Experience.
That sounds exotic, doesn't it?
There you go.
If you didn't know it was a store,
Right.
it sounds like an island.
It is a
Right.
different
I went
world
to
once you're
IKEA.
inside. You forget.
Yeah.
It's tiny chairs. It's
Little
great.
homes.
So, what are we talking
So
about today?
today's show is where college meets career.
Uh-huh.
So everything that
The
involves
whole purpose of
right
education,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Career readiness, career paths. We have a job fair and some related events coming up.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about that and some specifics to our different universities and colleges, and kind of go from there.
And the different universities and colleges represented today are
So we have Webster University.
Webster, obviously.
And I'll let everyone introduce themselves.
I'm Crystal Flynn. I'm the coordinator and direct connect advisor for UCF Ocala.
I'm Elvie Tyler. I am the recruiter for Excellent program for College of Central Florida.
And my name is Antron McCullough. I am an academic advisor and adjunct professor for St. Leo University.
St. Leo, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I have a fond memory of St. Leo, by the way. I wasn't a student there, but I used to play music in colleges, and they would invite me all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the home campus, I guess.
Mhm, the main campus.
I mean, we're talking the late 70s, so you probably weren't even...
A little bit before my time.
Yeah. But anyway,
nice.
yeah. Those were good days.
Yeah, so, all of our schools have similar ideas with career readiness, but each of us have different viewpoints on certain things. And I think it's a really great point to start off with possibly CF, because they have a program there that completely deals with career readiness. And Elvie is fantastic in what she does. And maybe you should talk about that for a moment, Elvie, what you do, and then tie it into the career fair that you're sponsoring.
And Elvie,
Yes.
if I could just ask you, just pull that microphone down and aim it toward your mouth. Yeah, that's perfect.
There, how's
Perfect.
that?
Oh, you sound much better. Thank you.
Well, we've been very fortunate in the last 4 years with College of Central Florida having this Excellent program where we prepared a lot of our business and technology students to the workforce. And with that grant, it assisted us to energize the community into coming back to college and finishing certificate programs in different aspects of technology, accounting, and business and technology altogether. With my position, I was able to engage the college with different employers within Marion County, Levy, as well as Citrus County. And one of my favorite part of the job is putting out the events to assist our students in graduating and moving on to their careers. So every semester, like this fall semester, we will have the higher grad and prepare our graduating students into the career fields they are aspiring for. And we have a lot of employers already registered for this higher grad fair that we're having December 19th.
December 19th, okay.
December 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Klein Center, the Ewers Century
all right.
Center. Yes.
Do you know, one of the things came up earlier this week, in fact, it was yesterday, regarding the importance of keeping up with technology. We had a mechanic or an automobile engineer. They don't call them mechanics anymore. And had he not had further education and was still working on carburetors or whatever. This is kind of beyond what I know, but and pretty much everything else. But but yeah, if he had not, he wouldn't be able to work on any cars today. And the reason it came up is because Cuba still has those old 55 Chevys driving, so he could work there. You know, but otherwise, yeah, if he hadn't furthered his education, he wouldn't be able to do what he started out doing in his career. So I'm guessing that applies to probably almost every field.
A lot of fields,
A lot of
absolutely, absolutely. They're all evolving, and your skills have to evolve with it in order to stay competitive in the job market.
Yeah, yeah.
And even the delivery of programs with our universities and colleges have changed because our students now are millennials for the most part, and they're very comfortable with technology. So online programs are through the roof. They're growing like crazy. And blended programs are very popular still. Face-to-face is eventually kind of transitioning to a hybrid format because we use technology at home. We use webcams, and we communicate a different way. So you have to be comfortable with those types of technologies when you go into the workforce.
That's really true, and I kind of experienced it a little bit. I did travel, by the way.
Oh, wow.
About a month ago, I went to New York. I forgot.
Oh, nice.
Well, see, New York doesn't feel like traveling because that's my home, but my old home. But
It's a great trip.
But I went with my son.
Oh,
and my
yeah.
son is a lot younger than me.
Nice.
And so he's calling. Back in the old day, you get a cab. Hey.
Oh,
Hey, he's got his phone. And he says, "This is my car." I said, "How do you know that's your car?" "Oh, it's, I can read the license plate number."
Yeah.
So there's an.
And you can do that here. You can use Uber here.
Do you do that here?
Yeah, sometimes. We don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Say I'm so far.
You're downtown and you got to get home? Yeah, absolutely.
Did you use technology at all to translate? Or do you know how to speak French?
No. Luckily for me, a lot of the people who we ran into, they actually spoke English, so I was pretty lucky with
Do you
that.
try though? They say that you should try because it looks like it's polite or something to try.
Right.
Do you do that?
I mean, not so much. No.
Bonjour. You know what I know how to say in French?
I mean, like, in the morning. Okay, so I'll take that back. In the morning, yeah, I'll be like, bonjour, because that's how they would
That's
speak
an easy
to us.
one, right?
Right, exactly.
You know what I know besides bonjour? Je t'aime. I know how to say I love you.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm bending down and tying my shoe, I'm going to
Yeah.
come up with je t'aime.
Right.
Nice. Well, and that's really important too. A global perspective is very important for students nowadays because we're not just working with people in our hometown. We're working with individuals all over the country and
You guys,
potentially
I
the
know.
world.
It's unbelievable.
International students that are moving here to complete their university degrees, absolutely.
It's
we all do
incredible.
that.
What's interesting is that used to be the demographics, is that the right word, for the University of Florida up in Gainesville. I mean, you saw people from all over the world.
Sure.
But now you're seeing it here.
Absolutely.
And you know how I know? Because they're right here in the mall. We see them. Or we talk to them and know that they're not. Well, I met a young lady yesterday from Greece.
It's incredible.
Going to school here. I don't know which school she goes to, but in Ocala. Yeah.
So there's a lot of diversity amongst students at all of our institutions, whether they are millennials, like Mike said, or if they're non-traditional age students who are perhaps working and need to brush up there and improve their resume, maybe add some skills, complete a certificate, finish that degree they never got around to because family and other things got in the way. We each have different programs that are designed to kind of assist a potential student in figuring out what's a good career path, what's a good degree or certificate, what's the next step to get me to that next point where
Right.
I'm making a better income or improving myself or improving the opportunities that are open to me. And I think that's one of the reasons we're here today, is to talk about all the different resources that we have.
Could you talk to the person who's listening right now and says, I know this. I'm working. I would like to make more money, but I got two questions. How much would it cost me, and how am I going to find the time? I'm a dad. I'm a full-time worker, or I'm a mom, and I got to take care of the kids. How am I going to find the time and the money? Do you have any answers for that?
Well, I think one of the things Mike touched on is that the portability of a lot of our programs now. So if you're working and you have all of those other commitments, we all have offerings that are blended modes. Whether it's a program that you complete entirely online, or something that you attend classes perhaps in the evening, or a mix of all of that. At the University of Central Florida, we now have UCF online programs where we fully offer nearly 20 degrees you can complete entirely online. And through Direct Connect, which is our guaranteed admission program with our partnership with the College of Central Florida. You can finish your associate's degree there, transition to us. And a lot of the students I work with as an advisor are working. They're working parents. You'd be surprised how much time you can make when you set those goals for yourself. You realize how it's attainable. You get the right support system behind you, family, and those of us who work in the industry. You can reach those goals. You can make time. We all spend a lot of time on Facebook and all that other stuff, doing a lot of other things. You'll just shift that focus onto homework, and you can do it.
Let me take a little break, and we'll be right back. Do you want to take phone calls? Yes, no, maybe? No?
If it's a career question, we'll take a phone call.
If it's a career question, okay.
Absolutely.
If you do have a career question, the number is 622-9622. Mike, Fallon, and Crystal, and Elvie, and Antron will be right back with the panel after this.
You do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree. With Florida's 2+2 program, a student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800. Claim your future with a highly respected degree from St. Leo University. Ranked among the best colleges by U.S. News & World Report, St. Leo University is a proven leader in bachelor's and master's degrees designed for working adults. Classes are forming now at our convenient Ocala Education Center located at the College of Central Florida, and there is still time to enroll. For more information, contact an academic advisor today by calling 352-671-3391 or visit stleo.edu/Ocala. St. Leo University, what you need for where you're going. All right, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Tomorrow is the 1st of December, and it looks like high temperatures today will be 85 degrees. And if you didn't already know it, you're in Florida. There you go. That explains everything, doesn't it? So let's talk about where we left off as far as guiding the person who is in that place, about the money and about the time. It sounds like the time is already handled. You've got that kind of covered. Right. So what about the money? How do they? Do the employers sometimes chip in to help out with this?
Sure.
I think with the money, so two of the programs that we have at St. Leo University, our education program, as well as our human services program. So what that does is once the students are into that internship or that practicum part of their courses, what ends up happening is once they're going to these different businesses and organizations and they're speaking and talking with them and they're working with them, by the time they actually finish, they're actually offered a job pretty much almost 100% of the time.
Oh my gosh.
And especially, if they want to stay there, that is their choice. They may decide they want to go to another business or organization. So from that aspect, they pretty much already know, what the money is going to be, what are they going to be looking forward to, because they've already worked with the supervisors and the managers. Similar to what Crystal said as well, we have it now with a lot of the students in the programs and things that we're offering. For us at a center, we really cater to the working adult. So most of the time they can't come to and do classes during the mornings or the midday, and so they're actually asking us, well, the afternoon classes, they start at 5. I don't get off work till 5. Can we push it back to 5:30 or till 6 o'clock? And so we're able to see that, and we're able to actually move back classes from that aspect.
And do you have folks coming in there who are not necessarily looking to further their career? They just want to know more about technology or something else?
Students could come in and take a class.
Yeah.
Especially with a certificate program. A certificate program like what LV offers really gives you, let's say if you even have a degree, but your degree is from 1975 and you use typewriters and you need a little bit of a refresher because
Are you looking at me?
you're changing careers. I was gazing out towards the Sears location there. But you might need a little bit of a refresher, something to bring you up to speed with certain things, and that's what's great about those types of programs.
Yeah, and it allows every diverse population we have here in Marion County to take advantage of all those educational programs that are available to them. And a lot of the companies also will probably want to enhance the education of their employees, and they start to have them come to Central Florida and do their certificate programs to advance them, whether it's in Microsoft programs or accounting or different business and technology courses.
And with Webster University offering master's degrees, we'll get a student that has a bachelor's degree that's been in the workforce for a few years. And I think a lot of other schools are doing this too. We integrate a career readiness course into those graduate programs because they haven't written a resume in many years, potentially. They need to be refreshed on interviewing skills and how to look for jobs because there are so many different resources out there. So as a university and as colleges, we really have to help these students to be successful because it shows our success.
Do I heard a conversation the other day with somebody with Florida Corrections, a corrections officer, and he was saying that somebody else he knows was promoted, and he felt like he should have been promoted, okay? And the reason he didn't get it is because he doesn't have the degree. He said, yeah, but I know everything about what they do. And I said, it's like a game. You got to play the game. You got to get that paper. And so, get through to that person because that person probably, he's making sense, right? He probably knows the job already. But employers are kind of sticky about that degree, right?
In a lot of ways, I think nowadays, as advisors, we speak frequently about the difference in the level of education that's kind of becoming the standard. And I think nowadays, most of you would agree that, in large part, for many career fields, a bachelor's degree is the new high school diploma. In some cases, it can be the basic of what you have to have, and it can be in a variety of different subject matters in order to get many different jobs. What's important, though, is if you're lining up your career goal is doing that research on your end and figuring out exactly, okay, that's the job I want. How do I get there? One of the things that we offer as a resource at University of Central Florida is career services. They have a variety of resource tools available to our students that help them do things like resume writing, learning how to dress professionally, appropriate networking for job hunting. Some of our programs even embed courses like what Mike was talking about. We started doing that, for instance, with our psychology program, which is one of the UCF online programs as well.
Right.
One of your first courses you'll take is a career path class designed to require you to do the research on what you plan to do with the degree. And our business program integrates workshops that are just focused on resume writing and networking and all of those soft skills. So you don't just get the education, you also get those professional components. So when you graduate, you're the complete package ready to get that job. Whether it's through an internship like what Antron said, through an education program, which that's common, we're all aligned to kind of build all those resources in together, not just to get you the education.
I frequently go to the little post office over at the college, LV, and a lot of times when I'm in there, I'll see guys and ladies in uniform. I don't know if they're studying to be police or whatever.
That's our criminal justice.
But you have a lot of them in that, right in that area, right where the post office is, right?
Yeah.
That's the building.
That's the building.
So those same people they're furthering their careers while they're working.
Yeah. Yes.
And so in that case, am I right that they're, like, if it's highway patrol, does the highway patrol kind of work with you in order to make them?
Yeah, we have all the partnerships that are aligned with the different areas of criminal justice. Yeah, so I want to ask you, as you were walking down the hallway, did students stop and greet you at attention? Because every time I go there, I forget that they're
Do I need to salute or something?
In their program.
Some of them will do that, yes.
And a lot of times I really get
Oh, really?
because they're
They respect
actually,
you.
Every moment they're practicing the skills.
Really? Oh, see, that's something I wouldn't have known. And maybe that's why the employer wants to have somebody with a degree, because there's that extra edge that they have from the education.
They've had a great foundation in all the different classes they'll take. And that's a great program for returning military that are looking to finish.
I'm sure it is,
next.
yeah.
So it's a great starting point to do criminal justice programs there, and then to finish the bachelor's degree, they can transition or go to one of the partner schools.
And I think it's a good point to mention that employers are helping employees go back to school.
Right.
And a lot of employers, especially now, it seems we're seeing a turnaround where tuition reimbursement is back up. And there are many employers in Marion County that will offer you up to $5,250 per year towards a reimbursement of higher education.
Wow.
It's true. I'm working with a couple students to do that.
It's unbelievable. I mean, in banks, retailers, a lot of
They
banks.
all work at banks.
And it's incredible because
Really?
even if the program's going to cost them $15,000, if it takes them 3 years, a lot of times they don't have to pay for it, or they don't have to pay very much for it.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to keep their grades up. They have to be able to balance their life with their education. However, it will give them that competitive edge to potentially move up within that organization,
Wow.
or maybe even move out. But a good company is going to develop that employee and realize that at some point they're either going to move up or they're going to move out. They're going to move on.
I do have a phone call, and I think you'll need to put the headset on in order to hear the phone call. So let me give you a chance to put those headsets on. And if you can hear me, then you'll be able to hear the caller. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
If not, Elvie, can you hear me? Okay, let's go to the phone. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air. Let me push the button again. It didn't take. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning. Thank you. Do the schools down here in Ocala accept out-of-state college credits?
Absolutely, as long as it's a accredited institution. And what you need to do is bring those transcripts to one of our schools, depending on which program you're looking at, and we can evaluate those. And I think all of our schools are very happy to look at those transcripts and transfer courses or transfer degrees or whatnot accordingly.
That's a really good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah, thank you for the call. So in other words, oh gosh, that's a question I would have never thought to ask. You have to show up with something to indicate that you have some background, right?
Right. So when you apply to any of our schools, you're going to complete a standard application, and one of the processes is you'll send in all the transcripts for all of your educational background, high school, other colleges, universities, and then through our admissions processes, we evaluate all those credit hours to see how they match up to our credit hours. In a lot of cases, students can absolutely transfer courses over.
Okay, Elvie, I know you have something December 19th. Is any...
Yes, we have the Higher Grad Job Fair for all our graduates and also for alumni at and it's and we invite all the students to come and participate in this job fairs because we have a lot of employers that have already registered. And if I could just mention a few of them.
Yes.
AT&T is coming all the way from Miami. And this is another thing about why employers really want to engage with universities and colleges because they're really raising up the bar of the employees that they have. So we have AT&T, eResources, Marion County Board of County Commissioners, Ocala Health, Webster University is going to be there, UCF is also going to be there, Ocala Regional Medical Center, Seven Rivers Regional Medical Center that's out in the Citrus County.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge Dental Care, THI, or Auto Customs is their name, RNL Global, Fastenal, and the Department of Children and Families. But there's going to be a lot more. We have about 25 companies already that want to participate in this higher grad, and we do have it in the fall and also in the spring. So to just increase the participation of our community with the colleges.
Lots
and
of
universities.
opportunities.
It's a fantastic event.
It is. They need to bring their resumes, be ready to talk opportunities. They'll have the opportunity to speak to higher ed representatives about continuing education based on the type of career goals they have. But come prepared to get a job.
Yeah.
And real quickly, we've got 45 seconds. Antron, let's start with you. Contact information?
So my contact information is antron.mccullough@stleo.edu. Saint is spelled out, SAINT. And just really, really fast, just to let you guys know that on January February 9th, we will be having our grand opening at our center. 4:30 will be the ribbon cutting. It'll be from 4 to 6 p.m. So if any dignitaries, any local businesses or organizations would like to come out to that, it's going to be a free event. We just ask that you RSVP and let us know by December the 9th, so next Friday.
Okay, thank you very much. And Crystal and Mike, I'm sorry we don't have enough time, but thank you for being on the air with us today. Happy holidays. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
for having us.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President-elect Trump tapping two men with Washington ties as his latest cabinet choices. Goldman Sachs executive Steven Mnuchin chosen as Treasury Secretary.